What's up, digital marketing agency owners? On today's video, I want to talk about the fastest way possible to accelerate the growth of your digital marketing agency. So if you want to go further, faster, you're going to want to watch this video. So really, when we think about growing your digital marketing agency and getting from where you are to the next level possible as quickly as possible, there's a little something called the rule of ones, the rule of 5 ones. I learned this from Taki Moore, $1 million coach who learned it from Clay Collins, Lead Pages. And what they did was they studied businesses in a variety of different verticals, and they looked at the ones that had grown fastest. And what they realized is that each one of the businesses that were growing extremely fast we're applying this rule of 5 ones to their business. And now, having worked with hundreds of digital marketing agencies, seeing many of them go from startup to 7 figures to multiple 7 figures, I can tell you this is the fastest way to grow your digital marketing agency. So here it is. You know, there's lots of different ways you can look at things, lots of different things you can put in place. But the reality is, if you can focus on just one in each of these 5 areas within your business, you can absolutely accelerate your growth. So 1, target market, right? I know I've said this a lot of different ways in a lot of different videos, but the reality is, if you can focus on one specific market for your service, you can put together marketing that makes you magnetically attractive, right? And so in my case, plumbing and HVAC SEO, we work with plumbing and HVAC companies. That's one centralized market. Instead of trying to be all things to all people, instead of trying to work with all businesses, we work on just one specific industry. This way we can put together messaging. This way we can put together programs and packages. We can really resonate and stand out in the marketplace. The second one is one lead generation strategy, right? There's lots of different things you can do to gather the attention within your niche. You can do cold outreach, you can do Facebook ads, you can do speaking, you can do inbound content generation. But what we find is if you dial in one strategy and get it really, really well honed in, regardless of if it's cold outreach or setting appointments, setting teams, or getting really good at Facebook ads, focus on one and really get it operating like a well-oiled machine. From there, one conversion mechanism, right? There's lots of different ways to sell these services. Find one that you're going to do the same way every single time. And so for most digital marketing agency services in a niche market, it's a consultative sales process that happens on Zoom where you're asking similar questions, you're showing similar outcomes, and you're following a very specific path. So rather than reinventing the wheel for each client and how you sell and how you present, you have one conversion mechanism. Now, most of us will probably say, yeah, I could do that, right? I can kind of do one target market, one lead generation strategy, one conversion mechanism. The next thing we want to do is have one program. So again, when you think about digital marketing, there's a million things you could do. You could do websites, you could do SEO, you could do paid search, you could do funnel design, you could do custom apps, right? There's lots of different things. What you want to do to really systematize your business so we can go faster is develop one central program, one core program that you come to market with. Now, you can have an upsell and a downsell. There can be a couple different variations, but try and sell that same program every single time so you know exactly what you're selling. You can systematize the deliverables, and you can really fine-tune that service offering that you bring to the market. You can fine-tune the results that you generate for the clients to get very predictable with what you do. And so that's 4 things. If you can just do one in each of these different areas, you can really simplify your business. The 5th is probably the biggest challenge. And this is where I hear a lot of agencies like, yeah, I'll do one program. Yeah, I'll do one conversion mechanism. But what we have to do is we've got to stick to it for a year, right? And in digital marketing agency land, that might feel like an eternity. But if you constantly shift niches, if you're constantly trying to figure out, oh, well, I heard that the best thing to do right now is TikTok ads, so I'm going to go figure out TikTok ads. Or, I heard that the thing I should be doing is some fancy AI, chat generation service, and you're constantly retooling in each of these different areas, you'll never get momentum, right? So stick to it for 1 year or until you're at least at 7 figures or multiple 7 figures within your business. I promise, if you can focus on these one things in each of the different areas within your business, you will accelerate the growth. Now, the other way to look at this, the inverse reality, is to the extent that you add some complexity to any of these. You say, hey, I'm just going to go after 3 test markets. I'm going to go after plumbing, I'm going to go after dentists, and I'm going to go after roofers. if you add one variable, you multiply the complexity, right, in any of these different areas. So if this makes sense and it's tracking for you, I want you to type in ones in the comments. If you can make to focus on just one of these in each of these 5 different areas within your business. Now, the other thing you want to think about in order to accelerate your growth and in order to get to 7 figures as quickly as possible is understanding the money math and kind of the mathematics behind growing your agency to 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, and beyond. And there's lots of different ways you can price these services. You could say, hey, look, I'm going to do my thing for $100 a month, or you could say, I'm going to do my thing for $10,000 per month. And what we found is, obviously, the more you charge on a monthly recurring basis, the faster you're going to grow. The other thing we find is the amount of effort that goes into selling a client a $100 program or a $500 program is about the same amount of effort that's required to sell a $5,000 or $10,000 program. And so don't underprice yourself. If you look at the money math on growing your digital marketing agency, if you charged $100 a month, you would need 830 clients. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of people to onboard. That's a lot of people to manage. If you charge $500 per month, you still need 166 clients. If you charge $1,000 per month, you only need 83 clients. And so I really believe kind of in now working with hundreds of digital marketing agencies and kind of test marketing this in our agency, there's a sweet spot between $1,000 and really probably more like $5,000 per month, where regardless of your niche, any niche you can consider, there's a multitude of businesses that will happily pay and stay at $1,000 to $5,000 per month. And so depending upon your comfort level, if you're not selling these services at these price points per month, then make sure you're at least $1,000 to $2,000 per month, right? Regardless of where you're at, increase your price as a shelf to that. If you're already charging $2,000, you could probably go to $3,000 or $4,000 a month for a very similar service offering. So the higher your monthly fee, really the higher quality clients that you're going to attract, but also the quicker you can get to your goal of getting to 7 figures or multiple 7 figures. It's one of the key things you can play with to accelerate the growth. And this video is all about how to accelerate your agency at the fastest level possible. Bottom line, if we're looking at growing a 7-figure, multiple 7-figure agency, is if you can land just 5 clients per month, and that's not a tall ask, 5 clients per month. There are some people in the 7-figure agency program landing 20 and 30 clients every single month. But 5 clients per month at least $1,350 per month, you can grow to 7 figures or beyond over the next 12 months. You can add 7 figures to your top line over the next 12 months. And so really, this is the fastest way. This is the path. A couple of things I'll say from a business model perspective, because I really have found working with agencies that when the model's wrong, everything is hard. When the model's right, then all of your effort is more productive and has a better outcome. So really quick, Cliff Notes version. One niche, we've talked about this, plumbers, roofers, AC contractors, dentists, decorative concrete companies. One particular niche you're going to focus on, recurring services only. So you're not selling a project fee, you're not selling a custom design, you're selling a monthly fee. When someone signs up, they're committing to pay you every single month until they cancel, right? That way, you've got a snowball effect for every client you sell. So no one-off projects, no check payments. I think this is less of a thing today, but the reality is you can get a credit card that automatically recurs. You can get an ACH payment that automatically recurs. If the client wants to pay you from a manual Zelle payment or they want to give you a check physically, that's a recipe for non-consistent revenue. So just take my word for it. Set up automatic payment, get credit cards, make sure you set everybody up on autopay. This is how you start to get the snowball effect within your agency. This is how you can accelerate your growth. And your minimum monthly fee needs to be at least $1,000 per month. In this industry, there's no excuse if you're doing a program that includes setting up websites and doing SEO and doing pay-per-click to charge anything less than $1,000 per month. And of course, ad spend is separate to that, right? So if you're charging $2,500 a month and they're doing $2,500 in ad spend, your fee is the $2,500 a month that you keep as an agency. And I can tell you this model works, right? As I told you, we've implemented this for hundreds of agencies across the country now. A couple quick stats. In 7-figure agency, we've got 237 active members. 87 members have grown to 7 figures, multiple 7 figures and beyond. We've got 33 members that are doing multiple 7 figures in their agency. The average recurring revenue in the group is $71,000 a monthly recurring, and the cumulative revenue in the group is $213 million per year. And so what I'm sharing, this model isn't hypothetical at this point. It's based on real examples. So make the necessary tweaks, make the necessary adjustments, accelerate the growth, get the outcomes that you're after. And if you'd like some more ideas and strategies on how to execute this in your business, definitely go to sevenfigureagency.com/schedule. We will sit down with you one-on-one, look at your agency, look at what you're doing today, show you how you can accelerate your growth by putting some system in place. If you'd like some additional resources and training where I go deeper on these concepts, you can go to sevenfigureagency.com/roadmap. There I'm offering a free training that walks you through the 7-Figure Agency roadmap in video format. So that's it for today. If you got value from this video, please press the like button. If you know other agencies that could benefit from this model and this kind of path to accelerated growth, please share it with them. If you've got follow-up questions or thoughts, post those in the comments. I do my best to read every comment that gets posted and respond to you. I'm rolling out new videos every single week, Mondays at 10 a.m. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, watch these videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.